So when you're creating a report on Salesforce, generally you will have access to the Reports tab here, or you can search for reports in the app launcher. So in this case, we'll just go to the tab. So as you can see, it will default to recent reports you've looked at. So this is a brand new org. I haven't looked at any reports yet, but there are several filters along the side created by me. If I had created any reports, they would be here. Private reports, these are reports that you would have created that are shared only with you. And public reports are reports that could be created and shared with anyone. You can see here there's a couple of sample reports here that are in the reports public folder. And all reports are all reports available that you have access to. They may be private, they may be in public reports, they may be in a folder that's only shared with certain people. So I'm going to show you how to create a very basic, what is called a tabular report. So the first thing you're going to want to do is up in the corner, click New Report. So this will bring up another screen. And again, you have some filter options. So these are just like what we would call objects in Salesforce. So generally, you are going to be reporting on a very specific thing. So in this case, what we will do is we will do Accounts and click on Accounts and click Start Reports. Okay, so what this will do, it will create a very basic account report. And when I say tabular report, what I mean is a report that is essentially what you would think of as like an Excel spreadsheet. It's very basic, it just has information across the top and columns. So in this case, we have last activity, who owns the account name, their billing state and progress, the type of the account, its current rating, and its last modified date. Now these fields may not be of use to you, so these of course can be changed on this side. For instance, there's no activity on these accounts, so we don't need that. So we can click X and X out of that. Now it's going to ask you if you want to refresh it. So it can update the preview in real time. If you are having performance issues, you can switch this off. In this case, I'm going to turn it on and see what happens. So now it's updated and I have removed that field. You can search for any additional column fields. So these are fields that are available on the account. You can add them as a column. So in this case, I think I want to add the description of the account. I want to see if there's any description information, and there is. So we can see with Edge Communications, we now know that it was founded in 1998, etc., etc. So the next thing we're going to look at is filters. So if you click on filters here, you will see that it's got two filters already pre-populated. One is my account. What this means is accounts that are specifically owned by me. So in this case, Shane Lim, which is me. So I own all these accounts. You can have multiple accounts on the systems that can be owned by other people. So we're going to click All Accounts and click Apply. So this has added a few more accounts. The majority of these accounts are owned by me because this is a new demo org, but we see there's one that's owned by an automated process. You can also do created date. So everything is created on or after July 3rd. So essentially, it's going back to pretty much the beginning of this month. So there are a couple of options you have in date, any date field. You can do all time and apply. You can do custom and then pick between the date ranges, or you can pick some relative field. So you can things like current financial year. So this will go from the beginning of the financial year to today. In this case, the financial year, as you can see, is January 1st, 2025, December 31st, 2025. That may change depending on what your org's financial year is. You can also pick, I believe there's calendar year and fiscal quarter, calendar year. There's also some other relative ones you can use that are not known as well known. So there can be some relative date ones that you can use. So you might want to use, yes, for instance, like last month. So what this would do with the report, and you can see there's no accounts that were created last month because this is a brand new work. But what you will know, what I will say with this is that it is a moving target. So this will constantly be updated. So right now we're in July 2025. So last month was June 2025. However, once we move into August 2025, this report, if it was saved, would become July 2025. So as you can see, it's a relative date. In this case, I don't need that. We can just say created all time. This is a brand new org. I don't have anything created last month. We can add additional filters here. We could say, you know what, we only want to see. You can search for you can search for any field that's on the account, even fields that are not in the report. So I could say, you know what, I would like to look at the report type, and I only want to see customer direct, and click apply. And you can see that that is now filtered out anyone that is not customer direct. Once you have the report the way you want it, you can click save. Now this is going to do two things. One, you're going to be able to name the report. So you can name it whatever I want. So I'm going to say new accounts report. If you hit tab, it will populate it with a unique name. This is an API name. If the report needs to be used later on in a dashboard, this is important. It will just pre-populate it based on what you have. It's good practice to always put it in a description. So what is the report doing? What is it for? What is it supposed to be reporting on? So in this case, we'll say new accounts that are customer direct only. And then finally, we have the folder. So as I said before, you can create a report that's a private report. So maybe you're working on a report and you don't really have it quite ready for prime time yet. It's not ready to be shown to anybody. You can save it to your private report folder. What that means is no one else in the system but you can look at it. If you don't want to save it to the private report folder, you can select a folder, and there's a couple of options. So there's things like public. If you say public reports, everyone can see it. Okay. There are new, or you can click on all folders, and there are some pre-populated folders. If you click new folder, it will start with private sharing rules. It will only be available to you. You can, however, later on give sharing access to that folder. So maybe you have a report that you want people to see, but not everyone in the org needs to see it. You can decide who sees it. You can share it with individuals. You can share it with a group. You can share it with roles. And that is something we will go on further in another video to explain. So in this case, I'm just going to share this in my private folder for now, because I'm not quite ready to share it with people. So if we click run, this will now run the report. So a couple of things to note. When you're on the preview screen, you are limited to 50 records. So in this case, it's not a big deal, but there's only 7 records, so that's all it's going to show me. However, do not use the numbers in the preview window. Make sure that you run the report, and then it will give you that if there's more than 50 records. And that is creating a tabular report.